Hello everyone, welcome once again to Devardi Glass Videos. Today we'll be demonstrating the 260 yellow brass wire and the brass and copper sheets. Now one note here, be sure to use adequate ventilation when working with the brass and the copper. They can give off some toxic fumes. And we'll also be working with a powdered boric acid, which also calls for adequate ventilation. Now what we have here is the 260 yellow brass wire, and we just heat that wire up a little bit and brush it in the powdered boric acid that will come with it. This prevents the brass wire from oxidizing and allows it to flow easily. And we're just going to make a couple little balls like we did in the last video and let them splatter onto the metal desktop. There's one. Now without the use of the boric acid, this yellow brass wire will spit and sputter and it just won't cooperate. It actually makes some real nice organic beads that way. But you can see with the use of the boric acid, you get some real nice, neat little splatters. Now, here we have a little piece of copper sheet and a couple of pieces of the brass sheet. And before we get started on that, we want to just take a look at this rod warmer. This we have coming soon to our website, and this thing gets hot. As you can see, you can take the rods right out of the rod warmer and put them directly into the flame. Real handy. Now we're starting with Devardi high density black, and we'll be making a bead here and then applying our 260 yellow brass and the copper. Now there's a couple of things you can do with the brass. Like I mentioned earlier, if you don't use the powdered boric acid, the brass will give you a very jagged, organic looking surface. And if you use the powdered boric acid, you'll get very smooth, rounded surfaces. And we'll be demonstrating both of those. You can see there's another rod here, the Devardi opaque orange yellow. And we took that right out of the rod warmer and right into the flame. No heating necessary. That rod warmer gets about 850 degrees inside. We also set our frit on top of it, which makes it real handy to access the frit. Plus it's nice and warm, ready to melt in the flame. And here's another new item that we're carrying, the solid aluminum marvers. These are nice. We've been using them here for a while, and I don't know why we've been using graphite, because these aluminum marvers are so slick to use. The heat transference between the glass and the marver is such that it allows you to roll that bead so nicely. Now we've rolled our bead in a little bit of iris orange reduction frit mixed with a few transparent Devardi frit colors, and you can see how nicely you can shape this bead on that aluminum marver. Now the next thing we'll be doing here is just to flatten this bead a little bit with our tongs. Now these masher tongs we sell on the website now, they're available. And we're just going to attach that 260 yellow brass splash that we made earlier to our bead. Now normally I probably would quit at this point with this bead. It's pretty nice the way it is, but I want to demonstrate some of this copper and some of the 260 yellow brass sheeting. So we're going to kind of clutter things up here a little bit, apply a little more stuff. Now you can see when you hold that copper sheeting into the flame, it will melt. But if you touch it to your bead and just allow it to turn red hot, it won't melt. It'll just begin to stick to the glass. So there's two effects that you can use depending on which one you like. Now the copper will turn a grayish color as you're working it, but we'll polish that out at the end and you'll get a nice coppery, golden coppery color. Now this is the 260 yellow brass sheeting, and as you can see we don't have any of the boric acid powder on it, so it will spit and sputter and give you some jagged looking brass pieces. Really interesting, nice looking stuff. And then we're going to dunk it into the boric acid powder and show you the difference. So we got it, got a little powder on there now, and you can see now it'll begin to round up at the end, make a ball. That powdered boric acid just makes it flow and smooth itself out. You can see the little balls. And if you watch and see that greenish sputtering, that's when the brass runs out of powder. So you just put a little more on there and you can see the little balls it forms again. Now this bead is going to get a little busy here, but I just wanted to show you a lot of different things, how to use this kind of stuff, so just ignore all the little busy stuff we got going on here. It's kind of neat anyway, even if it is a little busy. Now after you cool this bead, there's a couple of ways to clean it up. Either with a high-speed brass moto tool brush, or you can use just a hand brass brush. What we do is take some baking soda and mix it in a little bowl with some dish soap, and then just scrub the bead, and boy, it just shines right up. The baking soda acts as a polishing compound. Now here is the high-speed brass brush you can use with a moto tool, and here's the hand brass brush with a little baking soda and dish soap. We have both of those for sale on our website. Well, there's our final bead. Thanks very much for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We sure appreciate you. Bye now.